lot we know going through room by room, store by store, looking in storage areas. They don't want to miss a thing in a situation like this. Clearly, it's been locked down and undoubtedly will remain locked down for some time.
We are also keeping our eyes on this medical helicopter that just landed in one of the parking lots at the mall. We've lost track of how many ambulances and fire trucks and police officers are there. We've seen what looked like a triage tent, we're not sure, set up outside the movie theater entrance near some fire trucks. We don't know if they're treating people on, excuse me, on the scene. We know the Oregonian is reporting that they were rounding up witnesses and the walking wounded, people who were well enough to walk out of the mall on their own onto buses, possibly to question them, figure out what happened.
Among the crews we have on the scene, Dan Tilken. He just interviewed a witness and sent us that interview. Let's listen in.
Started my shift at 3:30. I got there about 2 minutes early. I walked through the food court, went downstairs to my kiosk, which is right below the food court. When I got there, I was talking to my employee. All of a sudden, we heard a big bang. We covered our ears and we got down. And then all of a sudden, like a matter of 5 seconds later, we heard rapid fire, bang, 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 bang. And I just took off running. I mean, I don't know where my employee is. I heard she's still inside the mall.
That's
what we've been hearing from so many
people. And the great concern for the people who, where are they? Who's still inside the mall? And that's what police want to know.
This is that tent that we were telling you about, and I think this is right outside the movie theater, which is on, I believe, the east side of the mall, right? Mm-hmm. Right next to 205.
Right.
We've got Tom Jensen on the phone. Mm-hmm. Tom, where are you? What can you tell us?
Well, I'm right across from the mall right now at the Clackamas Promenade. People don't know what that is. That's where the Target store, the Sports Authority, and Kohl's are. Right outside the Olive Garden right now. And I can tell you, on the way out here just a few minutes ago, I just saw police car after police car speeding down the side of the road, off the road, past traffic. Was packed traffic coming down here. And now they've got all of the entrances into the mall, into the Clackamas Town Center, blocked off. It doesn't look like they're letting any more people in here. My wife and kids were actually here at the promenade when this happened. They heard all kinds of sirens, and as you can hear right now, and came outside. My wife actually ran into Melanie Wingo, who's the morning anchor there on the weekends and reporter, ran into a woman here whose friend was actually one of the victims shot. She's actually talking to that woman right now with one of our photographers, and we'll have that sound for you in a little bit. But just an incredible and horrific sight out here, knowing that what went down. Traffic is backed up everywhere, and you might imagine the people who are coming out of the mall are just telling horrific stories about what went down. I heard you talking to the gentleman from the food court just a couple of seconds ago, and I can only imagine what was going through people's minds when this was happening inside the mall. I mean, the mall is packed right now with all of the Christmas shopping, so hundreds, if not thousands of people in there, many of them with children, like my wife over here at the promenade. So
I got to tell you, Tom, I'm so happy, and I'm sure you are too, so relieved that Melanie wasn't in there with Grace and Luke, because I know it's, you know, in the middle of the afternoon, you want to get some Christmas shopping done, you take the kids to the mall, not thinking anything about it. So we're glad she's okay. I know she was close by, but she is okay.
Well, when I heard what was going down, I knew my wife and kids were over here, and I was quite worried. And I'm just really concerned for the other families.
What a relief! Absolutely, so much concern. When we talk to these people, when we talked to Evan, who told us that he saw and he helped cover 2 bodies with sheets. You don't even know how to respond to that. You just get the chills, and it's hard to even talk after hearing something like that.
And here we are.
I did see an emergency helicopter. It looked like a paramedic helicopter landing over by the mall, right where 205 intersects with Sunnyside on the exit there. Mm-hmm. So it looks like they're prepared to take more people away in that helicopter.
We did see that, Tom. I think that's what they're doing. Tom, thanks for the information. Keep us posted. Whatever you see, we want to know.
Yeah, and during Tom's live shot, we heard more sirens. You think about it now. It's 4:41. This happened an hour and 10 minutes ago or so. And yet emergency crews still arriving, still departing with lights and sirens. Dan Tilken is also live on the scene for us. Dan, you just sent us an interview you did with a guy who worked at a kiosk there, and he was concerned about his employee and whether or not that employee was still inside.
Right. You know, I'm assuming that you played that for our audience. That's kind of the chaos that's going on right here. You've got some people that have just taken off, gotten as far away from Clackamas Town Center as they possibly can. Then you've got people out here on the perimeter standing, trying to make sense of it. Everybody on their phones, trying to call loved ones, trying to talk to anybody and try and wrap their head around it. Then you have actually people right next to the mall all lined up outside the movie theater and by the stores, and not exactly sure why they're being allowed to stay there, whether they're trying to get them out of there in an orderly way, what exactly the situation is. But we have an armored vehicle that is now arriving here, and it's, the back is filled with SWAT officers in camouflage, and they are taking up a different position here at the mall. Not sure where they're going. I'm not sure whether the shooter has been captured. On the side where we are at, outside the Macy's and the movie theaters, there's about a dozen fire trucks and ambulances. There's police officers from many different jurisdictions here. We're told that where I'm standing, about 5 minutes from now, there is going to be a press briefing, that they are going to bring a public information officer or several over here to tell us what is going on. We have some more movement going on at the west end of the mall right now. Lights and sirens, police moving quickly. Not sure what to make of that, but they are changing their position for some reason, and we do not know what that reason is.
Dan, let me interrupt just briefly. Jet Ranger 2 is giving us a shot looking right at that sort of right near what appears to be the theaters, not far from the duck store, where we've got ambulances lined up and what looks to be a triage tent. Are you able to see that with your own eyes and see what's going on there?
Right, I do see that blue tent, and I'm not sure what that is. You know, I don't want to speculate, but that's something I haven't seen before, and I'm not sure what that is. And they do have folks there. 1 second. All right. Can you tell? Has the shooter been accounted for? All right. They're not answering our questions yet, but in about 2 minutes, they are going to answer our questions.
And we will get back to you live, no question about it, for that news conference about what has happened in the past hour, the devastating crime that's occurred at Clackamas Town Center. Right now, Evan Kiefer is on the phone with us. He's a witness. Evan, we're seeing some live pictures of what looks like a SWAT van patrolling the outside of the mall. You were inside when this happened? Evan, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what did you hear happen? What did you hear? What did you see?
I was down in JCPenney, and I heard 2 gunshots a little after each other.
You heard 2 gunshots, Evan? Evan, can you still hear us, Evan? Okay, we lost him. We're going to try and get back to him in a minute.
Right, and again, we're waiting in just a matter of minutes to be able to go live down there to hear what the official word is from